Welcome to the Underground Nation podcast, hosted by the ghost himself, Ball Boogie. Tonight we descend into the depths of Iowa's underground to meet Gasper Black, a visionary who fuses Memphis rap grit with the dark weight of black metal. His sound is raw, ritualistic, and impossible to contain. From freestyling at 11 to mastering every track himself, Gasper channels the shadows into art. Let's open the gates and step inside the mind of Gasper Black.
What's good, Underground Nation? You've tuned in to another exciting episode with your host with the ghost, Ball Boogie. Bringing you the rawest, realest sounds that crawl up from beneath your feet and shake the underground. Tonight we're summoning a force straight out of Iowa's abyss, a creator who merges the pulse of Memphis rap with the darkness of black metal. His sound is ritualistic, his energy is relentless, and his story is one of pure transformation. From the shadows rises an artist who produces, mixes, and masters his own chaos. This man is not just making music, he's conducting an exorcism through sound. Welcome to the hot seat of the Underground Nation podcast, the one they call Gasper Black.
Thank you for that introduction.
You're welcome. How are you, Gasper? Thank you for taking the time to speak with us tonight.
I'm doing well. Doing all right.
You had the light chasing you earlier, trying to shake you down.
Yeah, it's just a matter of both of them, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you started writing lyrics and freestyling at just 11 years old. Can you take us back to that moment when you first realized music wasn't just a hobby, but a calling?
When I realized that music was not just a hobby for me and not just something that was fun, but I knew I could see myself doing it professionally. I mean, it would just flow through me, and I would hear the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? I would hear the lyrics. I would hear the way that, I mean, I remember I was 11 years old hearing the different tones that I would be rapping or screaming. I would just hear the different influxes of my voice at that age. I remember hearing like how I wanted to put beats together. And then also like from listening to different music and looking at different types of art, even at that age, even at a young age, I knew that is what I wanted to do. And I knew that's what I was capable of. I mean, I got a lot of different signs throughout my life, and it just kept showing me, hey, I'm going on the right track. So,
hey, that's good that you noticed the signs at a young age. May I learn what your age is currently?
I'm currently 24.
24?
Yeah, man.
That's not that long ago if you think about it.
Yeah, I know, right? It seems like it was yesterday.
That's awesome. Now, you described your music as a blend of Memphis rap, trap, and black metal. What was the first spark that made you think I can merge these worlds together?
The first spark that I would say is I was always a lover for like death metal and like slam. So I was really into the heavier side of music, and that's what metal could do for me. And I would listen to other rap artists, and I liked I don't know necessarily if I liked the genre of speed rap, but it influenced me a lot with how I perceived myself while I was going about making music. So I kind of wanted it just to be as heavy as it could possibly be. And I felt like merging those two different distinct genres could help me get the flow of the source, you know what I mean, out. So it's for me, it's kind of just letting the source or whatever the energy is that wants to be released at the moment be released, and what is the easiest way that I can let that be released.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this came from a lot of trial and error, I can imagine, of you writing thoughts and ideas and taking different directions. I don't know. It sounds like you've been planning this out for quite some time, or am I tripping?
No, you're not tripping. No, I mean, it's been a lot. And I remember when I was in my phase of just like trial and error, because I mean, I could have somebody else make a beat for me, and it was nothing against them, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, you know, the type of different engineering that they would do. So I never wanted to make beats. I never did. I never wanted to make beats. I never wanted to engineer. I just wanted to rap, and I wanted to be a vocalist. And then I realized, well, I can have a lot more control over the art that I'm producing if I am doing everything. And in the beginning of doing that, it was hard. I mean, it was hard, but I mean, learning anything worthwhile is going to be hard. But I just put my mind to it, and I just kind of found more and more of, you know, myself through the music, and I found myself more with how to use the tools that were at hand. My tools were best used when they were invisible, but when I first started out with the trial and error, like you said, it was quite hectic, because I'd make a whole song, and then I'd be like, man, I don't want to release it, and people are like, hey, but it sounds good, and I'm just like, it's not my genre, it's not, if I'm not happy about the product, then I just don't want to release it. So,
man, you gotta do what makes you feel good.
Yes, absolutely, man. It's all emotion.
I trust the gut.
Yeah.
And I got a big one. I mean, many artists follow trends, but you built your sound from scratch, it sounds like, yeah?
Need custom merch that makes your brand stand out? Smoke and Barrel Apparel has you covered. From screen printing and embroidery to promo gear for your next event, we bring your vision to life. Trusted by artists, businesses, and creators across the underground nation. Visit smokeandba.com today and gear up with style. Smoke and Barrel Apparel, wear your brand, live your grind. Proud sponsor of the Underground Nation podcast.
I'm trying to. I mean, that's the goal. My goal is originality, and my goal is how much of myself can I really put in all of it. And when I try to make a track, especially now when I'm making music, I mean, not to say that it wasn't in the beginning, but now when I'm making music especially, I want people to hear a song and to see the picture. I'm kind of like painting a picture of what I want other people to see as maybe a story, but I'm trying to get the setting right, I'm trying to get all these little intricate pieces so it's really painting a picture for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with what you just said there, how important has isolation been to your evolution as an artist?
Oh, man. I mean, this whole journey, I've really been isolating myself, maybe not even just from other musicians, but I've been really isolating myself from really just anything that isn't going with the flow of what I want to do, because I know other people that are doing music as well, they're dead set on it, and so am I. So, I mean, anything that is drawing my focus from music, whether that be whatever type of entertainment, I just don't do it. I study philosophy and work on music, and that's it. So I stay decently isolated from the outside world, but I mean, I'm not afraid to be an extrovert. I'm perfectly fine with that. When I go up and I'm spreading the gospel of my music, I'm definitely extroverted, but
Sure.
I try to stay just a little bit more hidden with myself so that I can spread my wings further in the dark, if I'm going to say it that way.
Absolutely. So when you sit down to create, what's your process? Is it ritual, instinct, or chaos?
So it's a little bit of both. It's also, I mean, at the highest point of it, it's communing with the source, the all, the great mind, God. It's communing with that, and it's like, okay, what am I about to pour into this, Because music is never just music for me. It's an energy. It's a flow. It's a part of me. It's a part of the source. So when I'm beginning to do it, I get into a nice mental space, and I try to think of what emotion of energy would be good for this particular song. It does really go into what I'm feeling in the moment as well, but not all times. If I'm writing something out to be in a certain sort of way, then I will try to reconnect with whatever energy I was coming from when I wrote it. But for the most part, I mean, just a regular moment with it, I get into my mental space, and then I just start allowing whatever is going to come through me to come through me. Yeah. And then I just start my creation process.
Man, so then what do you feel when you hit that perfect mix, when the darkness becomes music?
Oh, when I can feel it all around me. Yeah, I mean, when I'm feeling that perfect mix, and I've allowed myself to realize, I mean, that nothing indeed is perfect, but it's going to be perfectly imperfect. I mean, one of the things, it feels like I'm really being a good vessel. I would say that when I'm having a great mix come through, I'm participating in something that is above me, and it's allowing me to be part of something that is greater. That's probably the best part that I would say. That's probably the best way for me to explain it, at least, is that's congruent with what I feel about that. Yeah.
Absolutely. You slightly mentioned a moment ago drawing inspiration from occultism. Can you
Yeah.
unpack what that means for you personally? Is it philosophy, a visual language, or a spiritual path?
So with on the term of occultism, and that's a large umbrella with it. I really like the writers Franz Barden and Raymond Buckland. They're very good. I really love The Kabbalion by the Three Initiates. I love that book. It's so good. And it's really, I can't consider it New Thought because New Thought came from the 1830s, and it was a different sort of thing, but it's mostly mental alchemy for me. It's mostly controlling my own emotions. I pull a lot of things from Stoicism as well. So I'm very interested in Stoicism. I'm very interested in mental alchemy. And then it's also just bits and baubles from other religions. I mean, my entire life I've studied religion. So that's been a grand part of my musical journey as well, because at the end of the day, I'm not just making a song, I'm making something that's a part of me. So I like to bring in other influences that I've gained. And so, yeah, I mean, it would probably be about mental alchemy, and it would be just other gems that I found along the way. I mean, just trying to empower myself, empower others in a certain way, and also help myself to stay centered in the current reality.
Absolutely. So, do you see your music as a kind of spiritual warfare? And if so, what are you fighting against?
If you're vibing with what you're hearing from Gasper Black, wait till you dive deeper. The Underground Nation magazine is your gateway to the hidden world of rising artists making noise beneath the surface, from metal to hip-hop and everything in between. Discover exclusive interviews, raw stories, and the next wave of sound now at underground-nation.com, where the underground never sleeps.
I don't know if I would necessarily place myself in spiritual warfare. I don't know if I would consider it that. I would consider it like, yeah, I don't know if I would consider my music a spiritual warfare, but I would definitely consider my music as being an empowerment to people that are going against the grain and that, have these certain thoughts about spirituality or rising above certain vibrations of life, and to empower them to do the same.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very well said. I like how you said that. But when I was listening to your music, and I've been following you on TikTok personally for a moment.
Really?
There's an aggression and pain in your sound that feels very honest. How do you
Oh, yeah.
how do you balance that darkness with everyday life?
It's really, how do I balance it is I just try to keep a really good center. It also has to do with my connection to God. It would have to be part of Stoicism is just keeping any emotion that I have contained and under control, and keeping myself in a relaxed state to where I am not being too much for myself or being too much for other people. So if I can, if I can save myself, other people will be saved, I guess, if I want to put it that way. But I just try to keep myself relaxed. I try to keep myself centered in reality. Everything is going to be good. Everything is good. And just to keep moving forward and knowing nothing is the end. That's really where I come from. I mean, nothing is truly the end, and energy never dies. Energy is just transferred. Even after death, energy is transferred. So if I was going to say anything, it would be I'm just always moving forward, and I know that I can do better, and I know there's a capacity to. So I try to do my best, and I try to watch what I'm doing, almost like I'm watching for what I can improve, and I just try to improve off of each building block. That's what I try to accomplish.
That's right. Make all the mistakes now, so you get it all out of the way.
Oh, absolutely.
So, from your perspective, when you look at the underground music scene right now in its current state, do you feel it's missing authenticity, and how do you keep yours intact?
So from the underground music scene, I can't really judge anybody else. And the only one that I can judge is myself. I see a lot of new emerging artists that I really like their sound. I really like what they're doing. I guess authenticity is always going to be a problem when people want to do things for fame or fortune. They want to express a side of themselves that they think other people would like. But I do think originality is the main point, and that's going to lead to longevity. If you have originality, then more people are going to be able to grasp to your energy, and they're going to be able to follow you a little bit more because they can see the real you. So if anybody's going to, I guess, try anything in their music, just, I mean, it's simple, but just be yourself, you know? I mean, that's what people are really here for. That's what they want. They want you to be yourself, so.
I believe with the rise of AI and so much artificial intelligence, and now Sora is out with everything looks so real, tricking people left and right. I believe the more authentic and the more that you show of who you really are, especially right now, it's going to really put you, I don't know, I think it's going to help you rise a lot faster personally, just because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for real connection with a real person that they may have similar feelings, just like you said, the transferring the energy. I feel that type of energy from some type of situation that happened in my life, either currently or in the past, and I'm relating to it. Am I making sense? I hope I make sense.
Yeah, you're making sense. I'm catching you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, the more you stay true to yourself and be willing to put yourself out there, even when shit gets uncomfortable or awkward, I believe that's what what true fans are looking for.
You're tuned into the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. Up next, we're diving deep into the shadows with an artist who blends trap intensity and blackened metal energy into pure chaos. This one cuts straight to the mind and the madness. Turn it up loud and let it take over. This is Gasper Black with My Amygdala Needs Alleviated.
Walk in the shadows until after dark. I ain't no actor, the pain is a factor. This might be a stage, but I won't play a character. I sit side by side while looking down. Silver tears are falling all around. Can't find no peace, no sleep. I got shit on my feet on the creep. I can't breathe at this. I what to eat. I ain't in love with the answer of dying. I just need relief. Christ the King. Pleasant Street. Right up to Christ until I am deceased. Baby, away from this place. I ain't trusting the thoughts in my brain. Put on my side, let him die. They expire too late. Gasper's a jack of all trades. I keep on tearing into my flesh scars. Walk in the shadows until after dark. I ain't no actor, the pain is a factor. This might be a stage, but I won't play a character. I keep on tearing into my flesh scars. Walk in the shadows until after dark. I ain't no actor, the pain is a factor. This might be a stage, but I won't play a character. The chains and the manacles tore out the metal that's tied to my ankles. I'm mental to this, my domain never remains, can't relate. Gotta maintain no restraints, gotta elevate. Can't embrace with you fakes, I'm a Drake with the wings that got scraped. So I know what the lake when I scream like I'm quakes. So I know from the worms and the snakes, I'm leaving, I'm rising in pain. I'm a good dog, I got trauma, I'm puffing Nirvana, can't deal with the drama. I'm fly like an eagle, fake people are feeble. I'm reading the nasal inside of my mind's a cathedral. Fuck all the bullshit I'm grinding was wide open. Now that I'm dying to find out the answers inside me. They'll leave you to die when you're naked and
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like to a certain degree, people are looking for themselves in you. So if you can be yourself, man, then other people can look at you and be like, hey, you know, he's being honest about who he is. I can see myself in that, you know?
Yeah, been in this guy's shoes before.
Right. Absolutely.
So then from producing, mixing, and mastering everything yourself, that sounds like a pretty full-time grind. How do you maintain focus and creative control without burning out?
You know, I mean, without burning out, I feel like there's definitely been times where I've been at the edge of it, you know, and it's kind of a silly thought because nobody ever can not create something that is new to them. But there's been times definitely where I've been like, okay, this is it. Like, this is it for me. I don't know what else I can do. I don't know what else I can create. And the thing that keeps me really centered with that is just knowing that I am a co-creator with God and knowing that I am a creator myself, and that the more I create, that's, you know, the more joy I'm going to have. The times that I haven't created, whether that be from burnout or just not feeling like it, I mean, I just felt miserable. So it's about the only thing that is like keeping me happy. So I just got to do what makes me feel good, and that thing is music. So that's what I'm kind of chasing the dragon with music, you know. Always the creative pulse that I feel from it, or, you know, the goosebumps from the melody or something like that. It's usually what is keeping me going throughout burnout. Also reading philosophy and different things like that, and learning the way that the great minds created before we were even ever here. That helps me focus on what I can create.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So then how much of your sound comes from experimentation versus intention?
Experimentation versus intention. Well, usually when I'm starting to make a track, I will use my intention of just that will be my energy or my emotion, and then I will just start experimenting with different sounds, and I always try to find the ear candy, something that is going to stand out in the sound itself. And I guess that's what it would be. That's what it would be for me. I mean, I'm always trying to experiment with different sounds, with engineering them myself, and I'm always trying to chop them up and also reverse them if it's going to be a sample itself. It took me a decent bit to figure out what I want to do with vocals, but even then I'm still experimenting with my vocals and the certain tones and ranges that I wanted to carry. And then with drums, at least, I've been really inspired by like Lex Luger and Scrim and Nedarb. Nedarb's a good producer as well. He's great. And also Clams Casino. I've been really inspired by those creators for drums, and I kind of just look at what I already have, and it's like, okay, well, how can I make this sound different? How can I make this sound on edge? You know, I want it to sound just a little bit off, so it's bringing people in. I feel like if everything is perfect and there's no dissonance, then it's kind of just sounding bland. So I want a little bit of dissonance in the track, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So what comes first for you then? The beat, lyrics, or the emotion?
Definitely emotion. Emotion is like the first one. Whatever I'm feeling in the moment, that's definitely the first one before I start creating a track. Sometimes I will just completely go off of melody. I'll just be messing around. I'll find a melody and I'll be like, okay, like this is just the melody I'm going off of. Very rarely have I started with drums unless I'm using an 808 with a lot of texture to it. If I'm using an 808 with a lot of texture to it and there's a decent amount of bass, I can kind of converge the 808 melody with the regular melody that I'm using. I always try to have at least a decent amount of variety with just what kind of textures and the motions that they're giving off. And yeah. So a lot of the times I'm using emotion, and a lot of the times I'm just going off of what the melody is.
Do you ever feel haunted by unfinished ideas? And how do you silence the noise long enough to complete a vision?
This episode of the Underground Nation podcast is powered by our sponsor, Flawless Cleaning Professionals, Denver's trusted team for homes, businesses, and construction sites. From spotless shine to deep clean perfection, they keep Colorado looking its best one room at a time. Need a fresh start? Get your free quote today and experience what flawless really means. Flawless Cleaning Professionals, where cleanliness meets confidence, right here in Denver, Colorado.
Well, with ideas, I've realized that any idea that is going to come through me, if I do not use that idea, it's going to flow through another. And I've seen that, you know, I've had ideas to do it, and I just didn't do it. I put my foot down kind of, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then I see somebody else having the exact same idea and then putting out the work. And I'm like, okay, you know, this is interesting right here. So yeah, but I don't really get too upset with myself if I have an idea that has been squandered. I move on to the next idea. There's an infinite amount of ideas for me. So I just try to move on if I feel like I've made a mistake, but you know, the obstacle becomes the path. What was your other question?
My other question?
Yeah.
I was just saying how you silence the noise long enough to complete the vision.
Oh, it's just being centered. Honestly, it's being centered and really honing in and focusing my intent on the current work.
Yeah. Putting your blinders up, putting the phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm putting my phone on airplane mode. Ain't nobody talking. Yeah.
So then what's one track in your catalog that you feel defines who Gasper Black truly is?
Probably Patentization of the Silver Soul. That song is really, that's definitely defining an age for me. It really is. It definitely is defining a certain type of paradigm that best shows me.
Watch out now. I need to go check this out. Was that by chance one of the tracks you sent over to us?
I believe so.
All right, sweet. We're gonna go check it out. Now, being fully self-sufficient as an artist is powerful, but it can also be expensive. What financial challenges do you face when trying to scale your craft?
If I'm going to be honest, I actually don't have any financial challenges now that I have pretty much gotten everything I need to just put out the type of music that I want to put out. I got my monitors, I got my mic, my Audio-Technica mic, I got my Audio-Technica headphones. I try to just work off of minimally of what I have. And I have VSTs that I have bought. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's pretty much required to buy some VSTs. Equipment is required, but you know, anytime I'm feeling like I need to buy a high dollar equipment or anything like that, I always think back to there's people that are using less and they're still going for their dreams. They're still putting out the music that they want to put out. So I always try to do more with less. So with music, I definitely am a
minimalist. So you were just like completely isolated, put in mad work, saved up all the money you needed, invested into the equipment, and now you're just in creative mode.
Yes, absolutely. That's a very perfect way to put it. That's exactly how it was.
Many underground artists struggle with finding ways to monetize authenticity. How do you balance staying true to your vision with the need to fund your art?
I mean, I think that there's honor in working a job as well as providing for your craft. And I feel like if you can do that, you shouldn't look down on yourself if you're working a job and also creating, because that is the thing that is fueling your creative process. So even if I'm working a job at the time of doing any of my creations, I feel happy inside knowing that I can fuel it. And I definitely don't find any issues with monetizing my authenticity. I always feel like I can have my authenticity from a certain state to where I can create and there be hardly anything with me. I mean, if I need to, I can create on my phone, just whatever source of energy I need to put into the DAW, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Have you started any kind of community where your fans can come together, like a Patreon or a subscription of some sort anywhere?
Well, I do actually. I have a Ko-Fi running right now.
A Ko-Fi? Please explain. What can we expect if we go up in there?
So my Ko-Fi has been set up for a while. I have the link to it on my Instagram, and it's mainly just me releasing certain videos on how to perform certain types of works in your life to kind of upgrade yourself and empower yourself. I discuss on there a little bit on, you know, hey, like this is going to be coming out soon, or I'll give people a sneak peek on there of what I'm currently creating. I might put unreleased music on there. I might drop some lyrics on there. So it kind of is just like, it's showing my creative process behind the scenes, and some things I don't release, you know, but some things I do release. So I'll give them kind of a little vision of that before it goes out.
Man, they get the freshness before all of us do.
Yeah.
That means you better get on over there and dive in. Is there a way we can find the link?
Yeah, I have the link posted to my bio on Instagram, Gasper Black 33.
Gasper Black 33. That's an easy one to remember. Gasper Black 33. Head on over to Gasper Black 33. Hit the link in the bio. Think how simple that was. I can literally remember that. Gasper Black 33.
Yeah.
What's the 33 stand for?
You're tuned in to the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. Up next, we're diving deeper into the dark fusion of rap and metal with a track that captures the endless struggle between sanity and chaos. From the mind of Iowa's own Gasper Black, this one hits both the spirit and the psyche. Crank it up and let the darkness flow through. This is Gasper Black with The Cycle Within.
I'm
come out of the cave with the rage of a sage that's been buried for days. You were slid to the way of the maze. Had of moments to eat out the haze. In the days that I'm tired of trying behind me, the lion. I'm crying from lying to darken your eyelids to see how you suffer. To go start a riot. I'm dying, I'm blighted, I'm flying. I'm breaking down like the Mayans. I'm tired and sadness from Naiads. I'm inside a lake and I'm tired of trying. Fuck all the hate that you're sending my way, bitch. I'm done with your patience. Ain't had it for days, but the pedals you're pushing, cause ain't nothing moving. Complete with my soldiers and vices not losing. You say you can kill me, come do it. I'm laughing at threats that you're throwing. Told death is a bitch and I'm close and fuck the time was happy. Can't know it. I posted a vid of myself and I'm open the land of the living. Just sitting on thoughts that just tell me I'm worthless. The world I created, I'm tearing it down at the foundation, building another one up. But this time I don't crash, I can't deal with these people surrounding me. Push my brain back to the back of my skull, bitch. I'm done fucking living and sinning and hating. I just want release, but ain't nothing to escape.
33 kind of encompasses the perfect union. So we have 33 vertebrae in our spine. Christ died when he was 33. And 33 as a number has always been there with my creative journey. And it just started popping up and I've just been using it. And it's kind of my connection to the different planes as well. It's a very important symbol in my craft. You'll see it everywhere that I am. It's kind of like a distinction of me. It's another mirror of myself. That's what I believe.
Understood. Very cool. Do you believe an artist needs to suffer to create something real, or can peace also produce power?
Yeah, I believe that peace can produce power. I think that there's more of a natural originality with suffering through your craft. And I feel like a lot more people can relate to that. And just see like the actual side of life, the darker sides, the darker paradigms of life itself. So I feel like both are valid. Both are definitely valid, and it's good to be at peace, but going through hardships as well. If you can learn through those hardships and show other people that you have went through the same thing, I feel like it empowers them to do better for themselves and to be more efficient.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you want the name Gasper Black to stand for, say 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I wanted to send a message that other people can be empowered to do the same thing. And as cliche as it seems, people just need to be themselves. And when you're yourself, then more doors are unlocked for you. And what I want my name to stand for is just someone who is in unity, in unison with the all. That's what I want my name to stand for.
Absolutely. Very cool. So when people hear your songs, what emotion do you want to linger after the last note fades?
I want them to have in their mind that they feel empowerment after the track is ended. I want them to realize that their consciousness itself is more expansive and that they can achieve what they want to achieve and that everything is mind. That's what I want the last thing for people to hear.
Absolutely. I like that. What's one lesson that you've learned in this journey that no one prepared you for?
To really trust yourself and to not look at the outside outcomes. And, if you're looking at results, you're not going to be happy. So you just have to just really keep your head down and grind, but the main thing is trusting yourself and also trusting God. And if you just are relaxed and you know that you're going to go somewhere, you just have to keep putting in the work and moving forward. I mean, it's a mountain for a reason, and I feel like a lot of things that are worthwhile doing are mountains, but if you just keep progressing up the mountain, it gets better. You just don't want to quit and you don't want to stop. So
yeah, don't stop, especially when you got momentum.
Absolutely.
To feed off the energy of everything you just said there, Gasper Black, you walked through darkness and now you're turning it into something powerful. For those listening right now who feel trapped in their own pain or chasing their purpose, what would you tell them to help them rise from it?
I would tell them that the pain only lasts for a moment, but joy is in the morning, and that all is mine. So you can change your situation. You can change even the people around you, and you don't have to be around a certain situation that you are around if you don't desire to be. And things take time. And it's not going to be an overnight thing, but if you keep a positive mindset with everything going on around you, no matter the situation, you will achieve what you want to achieve. It's just mind over matter, and the pain doesn't last forever, and you will get through it. You will. And there's always people there that are there to help you. I mean, you're never alone. Even when you think that you're alone, you are never truly alone. So there's always people that are there to guide you in whatever capacity they can guide you in. So you gotta really keep your head up and just keep moving forward.
Absolutely. And don't be shy to reach out.
Absolutely.
Reach out when you need help. Gasper Black, any shout outs, thank yous, or anything we forgot to promote, please take this time to shine.
I have just put up a merch store if you want to go check it out. It's in the link to most of my bios on social media. I got some really cool clothing. I just put out the 33 identity hats. Those are awesome. I really like those. Big shout out to Ball Boogie for inviting me. Big shout out to Cowboy Felon. And big shout out to everybody that's been supporting me through this journey and everybody that's been supporting me. So everybody that's been empowering my creation and that's been making it possible for me to continue creating. Everybody that's listening, you're joining the congregation. Spread the gospel.
There you go. You heard it first. That's the energy right there, Underground Nation. Pure, raw, and rising from the underground. Big salute to Gasper Black for stepping into the void with us tonight. Make sure you go stream his music. Follow him on every platform. Go search right now, Gasper Black 33. Hit that link in bio and support that self-made movement. And you already know what it is. This is Ball Boogie, your host with the ghost, signing off from the Underground Nation podcast, where we bring you everything moving, shaking, and uprising from underneath the surface. And make sure you visit underground-nation.com to catch more artists, interviews, and stories that define the next wave of creators. Until next time, stay grounded, but never stay buried. Thank you, Gasper Black.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
That was another killer episode of the Underground Nation podcast with your host, with a ghost, Ball Boogie. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our guests on all social and streaming platforms, and show your support for the Underground at underground-nation.com, where real music lives, loud and proud. Until next time, keep it raw, keep it heavy, and keep it underground.